Yeah, we're gonna try to what's up, YouTube? We're gonna try to cover the whole Uncle Mike will be covering from the rooter to the tutor. How about that, man? And I just found some info. I kind of like doing it on the fly to get all this stuff together and then start and put it all together. That don't work for me. Hit that subscribe button, hit that bell. Call me Freestyle Willie. Watch this, y'all.
You are bracing for this to turn into a 2-day thing. Why?
This is I think Tisha just got up there and she actually went live before the courthouse, before the court hearing thing is. And she's going to be reporting, going in and out. But right now she's in the court. Here we
Why
go.
would it turn in 2 days? Because here's what's going to happen. The judge is going to go through the whole case.
Wait a minute. I missed something. Let's go stop.
Doing my makeup. She did an amazing job.
Sure did.
But anyway, listen, it's day one of Diddy's trial or Diddy's sentencing, okay? Why do I say day one? Because they are saying that, okay? Thank you, Makeup by Marie did my makeup. So listen, it's day one of Diddy's trial. What does that mean? The sentencing. Why do we say day one? Because it is expected, and we don't know for sure because it's up to the judge, but it's expected this might turn into a 2-day thing. Why a lot of media are bracing for this to turn into a 2-day thing. Why would it turn in 2 days? Because here's what's going to happen. The judge is going to go through the whole case. Every single detail, every single issue. Basically, he's making the case and laying the groundwork for why Diddy may or may not be seeing sunlight for the next 10 years. Side note, did you guys see the video that Diddy released? Diddy released something, I think like at 1 in the morning or 2 in the morning. It was the 11-minute video that he wants the judge to see. I saw that video. That video was a montage of Diddy helping the kids, Diddy helping the community, Diddy doing so much. It was a whole montage. The funny thing about this montage is he didn't say anything. The footage from when he was like 19, 20 years old. The last time he did something good, the twins was this high on him. It was a mess. Did y'all see the video? The video was a mess. It just had old stuff, and it showed that he loved his family and that his family loved him. But I'm confused because even when there are rapists, where there are PDF files, when there are murderers, there are a bunch of people sitting there saying, no, we love them. They're the best person in the world. We love them. Please, God. Like, do you not think even the devil got his hitters sitting there testifying, arguing with God arguing with God? Why you gotta do that? He was just doing this. All he wanted to do was play some music in heaven. Why did you kick him out? On top of that, what he showed was the charter school and said that he made so much stuff. A billionaire was running and the kids were like, what are you doing here? And he was like, yo, I'm running so you can get some free books from school, right? On top of that, what else did he say? He talked about the charter school. He didn't talk. It was nothing but music. And him doing a montage from when he was 20 years old. Talking about you got to do the best. You got to be the best. You got to inspire. And it was all these people hugging him and crying and acting like whatever. But in my mind, I'm like, this is having the opposite effect on me because if you...
Me too. I don't understand how he think that is helping. You should have been thinking about all that. Show me the videos of you doing the parties and the freak off and all these easy pills and stuff. Show me you and Cassie, like show me a video that made you want to put your hands on Cassie because she did something drastic or something like that. Come on, man. Dog, oh my God, you are a disgrace, man. It was something I was going to say. Diddy, oh man, there was something else I was going to say.
You influenced that many people.
Oh, about the school. Have y'all seen you seen Diddy's charter school or school he's supposed to be involved in? And how much money they need and financial problems they in? Yeah, man, that's crazy.
If you had that much influence on people, on children, on kids, if you had that much influence, then I think you need to be in jail because they need to know that if you put your hands on a woman, if you engage in prostitution, and if you do it, it's not even the fact of what he did, it's how he did it. You need to know that if you do that, right, you will be kept in jail. There has to be some accountability. I know people think, for whatever reason, that putting their hands on a woman, forcing somebody to have drugs, keeping somebody coked and doing all this stuff. I know like in the 80s, in the 90s, when Diddy was in his heyday, that might have been acceptable, but times have changed. Just like it used to be funny to roofie girls, and now
it wasn't even acceptable back then, man. Bill Cosby, what he did was years ago, and he had to go to jail and get sentenced. Come on, man. This is if they let Diddy go on time served, man, my little heart gonna be hurting so for a long time. Come on, Judge. We all counting on you, bruh.
now it literally is a criminal offense. So, right? What do we know? Hold on. So, what do we know? We know that Judge Aaron has to go through the whole case. He is going to go in and out of the case, but in going through the case, he's going to explain why he did what with sentencing. So he's going to go through the whole case. If he's done going through the whole case before lunchtime, then it's expected that we'll wrap up today and he'll be sentenced today. If he goes on past lunchtime, it's expected that this will roll into Monday. Why? Diddy got a billion lawyers, right? We got Xavier Donaldson, Nicole Westmoreland, Brian Still, Shapiro, Driscoll, and of course, Mark Agnifilio, right? They all, I think they want to not all speak, but four of the lawyers who I'm guessing will be Xavier, Agnifilio, Westmoreland, and what's the other one? Oh, Brian Still, right? Hey, Area 35, thank you for gifting 5 memberships.
All right, let's, I'm gonna let her keep talking while I look for.
Thank you. You guys make sure you say hi, and thank you to Area 35 for doing it. They're expected to speak. Why aren't Shapiro and Driscoll going to speak? Because Shapiro and Driscoll are the lawyers that are going to be handling his appeal. Diddy is going to have to appeal, even though bad luck for people that think that Diddy's going to get that appeal. On the constitutional issue on whether he engaged in prostituting, Judge Aaron, first of all, denied the motion for new trial and denied the motion for acquittal. But the motion for new trial, which was the biggest, I think, chance he had of actually getting free, the motion for new trial, the reason why that was so bad for Diddy
with the probation
Judge Aaron made
report,
an error.
And then he is going to go through the various legal arguments that will influence his ultimate sentence. So we're going to be talking about
Hold up, y'all. Let's see if she started. I'm gonna skip some of the stuff. All right, she probably started real good right here because it was okay. We're gonna start around
reality
here.
colors. Where's your Freemason bingo card?
Okay.
Being a part of the very fabric of our civilization.
Here we go.
This degeneracy and this debauchery. I am not going to be brainwashed by anybody's propaganda or lies. It was detestable, deplorable, and he needs to be in prison.
Okay. How's that? That's y'all can't see. Dang, it's so maybe I need to make that lighter or something.
The daughters have arrived in their black and white. We love the duality colors. Where's your Freemason bingo card?
Freemason bingo
Some of
card.
Diddy's kids just arrived at court. Earlier, we saw Janice walking in. Oh, God, we need to see the party city on her head. The trial was frequently attended by his mother, daughters, and sons, who sometimes were sitting in court as victims described graphic details of Diddy's crimes.
I'm sorry, y'all. I'm doing the best I can. I got
degenerated.
Too many cameras going on.
His family members and friends also submitted dozens of letters on his behalf, pleading with the judge for a lenient sentence.
Yep.
And all these people need to get a freaking job too. I mean, a lot of this is like they have financial motives for him to be out because they don't want to get a job.
Man, everybody talk about the money first. Everybody talks about the money. All right, let's go. Here we go.
I guess they're just bringing him in. I mean, nothing's being said right now, but
nothing's being said.
Assaulted by Diddy. She will be allow an impact statement from Mia, a woman who testified under the pseudonym Mia about allegedly being sexually assaulted by Diddy. She will be speaking during the rap mogul's sentencing. The judge granted prosecutors' request that Mia deliver a victim impact statement. The judge said, though the defense, Yeah, the judge said, though the defense argues that Mia has been discredited, it doesn't explain why she should be excluded, given that the defense will, of course, be afforded a fair opportunity to respond to any remarks that she offers. Mia worked as Diddy's personal assistant between 2009 and 2017. During the trial, she described abusive work conditions, and she said that Diddy sexually assaulted her on multiple occasions.
Yep.
Defense lawyers argued that Mia lied about the alleged abuse. We have a new update from the New York Times. Diddy's in the courtroom, everybody, hugging, shaking hands with the lawyers, wearing a light-colored crew neck sweater and a white-collared shirt. He greeted his family, the gallery, and sat down and put his glasses on. Now, what I will say is there was one day of the entire trial where Diddy came out and wanted to do a prayer. And everybody had to bow their heads. I mean, I guess they didn't have to. But when Diddy started bowing his head and praying to whatever in the hell he prays to, I bowed my head for sure and started praying to the one true God to protect me from any of that degeneracy and debauchery. But I almost just wonder, did Diddy come out? Because like I told y'all, everybody else that was at the trial, pretty much like in the public gallery, which was only like 11 people. Everybody else had been there days before. They were actually proud that they had successfully kept the rest of the public out of there. When they would say not guilty, when the jury would say not guilty, and that one day I was sitting up in there in court, I had to fight for my life to be in there. The people next to me, the other public people in the public gallery were going, yes, whenever he was getting a not guilty readings. And when they said guilty, they would be going, so I'm just putting all this together. I'm just wondering, did Diddy walk out that one day and just see God's favorite sitting right there? Like, oh shit, I need to pray. I don't know. Because he didn't walk out and pray today.
Wow. That's crazy.
I'm just saying. I rebuke whatever it is he prays to. I rebuke.
Okay.
Is when God's favorite was up in there. That's all I'll say.
Okay.
That's all I'll say. And it was after his little, in my opinion, minions who were friendly with Diddy's family, telling him they look so good, spot in the line for me. Imagine. Brian Steele is standing next to him, giving him a little whispering sweet nothings into his ear. Little whisper. Just cycling through my updates here.
Okay. Okay. I'm skipping forward a little bit.
The hearing was supposed to start at 10. It is expected to pretty much go all day.
It's 10:05. I saw 10:05. Okay.
All.
What is with these wigs, baby?
What is she doing?
Oh, my goodness.
Why does she have the sunglasses over the wig like that? I do like these. These are cool sunglasses. Who's this? Is that the sister?
Oh, my gracious.
She had them 70s sunglasses on the whole time. She done switched the wig, switched the sunglasses. I don't know if she borrowed that one from Beyonce. No, Beyonce would never with that part right there. Okay.
All right.
Just now, we have an update from New York Times. At times during the trial, Diddy arrived in court with a broad smile, looking confident. Today, his mood appears to be more somber. One lawyer gave him a comforting tap on his back. They're petting Diddy in there and whispering it to his ear. 1 minute ago, NBC News. Combs is in the courtroom. The rapper entered the courtroom at 10:10 a.m. for his sentencing hearing, wearing a cream sweater with a white button down underneath and black pants. He gave hugs and shook hands with his legal team and took a look at a folder at his seat when he sat down. Finally, he gave his family a look.
Man, I could not put this on my family, dog. I couldn't do this, man.
Taking the bench, and Diddy's sentencing hearing is underway. Federal Judge Subramanian now presiding, court in session. Sit down, be respectful, blah, 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 blah.
has taken
Judge
the
has
bench.
taken the bench, and Diddy's sentencing hearing is underway at 10:19 a.m., 10:18. So they run a little late.
10:18.
Running a little late.
I can't take it, man. I'm nervous. My
All
hands
rise,
are
10:17
sweating.
a.m. This is the United States versus Sean Combs. Judge says, do we have the signed order of forfeiture? Yes, I'm handing it up. First, I'll go over what I have received and the pre-sentencing reports, and then I'll hear from the parties. All right, y'all. So the judge going to be talking. If he's talking about what he's received from both sides, it might be a while that the judge is just going to be talking before he hears from the parties, but we'll see. Criminal defendants. This is like the Menendez fit. It's a white collared shirt. It could be striped, very, very, very fine little tiny pinstripes. Put a one in the chat or something. Let me think. Because like sometimes I'm going back through these and it's like a bunch of ones. I don't even remember what I said. Put the word fashion, or put a emoji for clothes in the chat. If y'all would ever be interested in me doing like a one-off type of like episode, like one video about like what's appropriate to wear in certain circumstances. Like I did not know this. I grew up in a trailer on a bayou. Okay. Like I knew what was appropriate to wear to church. That was about it. And school. But I had to like, go into law school and like doing interviews for huge law firms, international law firms, and interviews for being in law school. Like I showed up to that mix video, and I'll do some examples and stuff. It's the least I could do. And the judge says he intends to start by going over the report that the probation office prepared in. Okay. So he's going to start. The judge is going to start by going over the report from the probation office. Now, this is kind of the more neutral party of all of them because there's Diddy's side. He wants to walk out today. There's the government's side. They want him to stay in for 11 more years. And then there's the probation department. I think they have suggested somewhere between 5 to like 8.5 years. Wow. So if I had to guess that, I don't want to, make any official predictions. I'm not going to bet anybody. I'm not going to gamble or anything, but I suspect Diddy will get 5 to 8 years based on the probation office's prepared report.
I don't think Diddy is coming home into 2030, bruh. Man, I'm tired, man. I haven't had no good night's sleep. We ain't gonna have an answer to Monday, man. I already know that. Especially with this judge. This judge want to slow walk everything. He said, I'll be back in a little bit with an answer for Friday, that Friday hearing. He ain't say nothing until Tuesday. God dang. Y'all talking about this thing gonna last Friday, Monday. It's gonna last till Tuesday, man. I guarantee you. Y'all heard it first from Uncle Mike. We ain't gonna know nothing about how many years did he get until Tuesday. And this judge is, well, damn. I got a lot to think about. So you going back to your cell. Nah, I can hear it. Nah, mofo. Everybody gonna be like, bullshit. Nah, bullshit. We need to know now. Well, if you gotta know now, it's 11 years. How about that? You can't wait one more day? That's going to be crazy.
So the judge is going to start with the probation office's report.
Man,
and then he is going to go through the various legal arguments that will influence his ultimate sentence. So we're going to be talking about a few things today. We're going to be hearing from victims. We're going to be hearing from witnesses. We're going to be hearing from people on both sides. The judge said, I've received the defense's reply memo of October 2nd. That was 61 pages, 62 pages. We didn't look at that this morning. Also a letter from Diddy and the video that they want to play in court. I appreciated the letters. I've also received the government's letters from Cassie and others. I appreciate those letters. So then Alexandra Shapiro says, we're going to submit, of course. Oh, sorry, excuse me. We're going to submit a course evaluation from MDC. The U.S. attorney said, well, we don't have a copy of that. The judge said, give her a copy. Mia no longer wants to address the court here today, in part due to the letter submitted by the defense, bullying. I could see that.
Damn, man. What? Mia no longer wishes to address the court here today, in part due to the letter submitted by the defendant. Bullying. What letter? Well, the Diddy's letter that Diddy wrote to the judge says it all. It says it. I'm going to pull it up, man. I'm going to pull it up. Watch this.
I can see that. And the judge agrees. The judge agrees. And okay. I said it to Prim last night. We were sitting on the couch, my fiance. I said it to him last night. I said, Diddy shouldn't have even submitted the letter, because the only thing that letter did, the one where Mark Agnifilo opposed letting Mia speak, and he just dragged her through the freaking mud, dragged her.
This is it right here.
He should have just sat there and ate his food. And I said it to Prem either last night or the night before. I was like, though they should not have came at Mia that hard, because the only thing it's going to do is show the judge that Diddy's not sorry. Diddy's still blaming other people for the consequences of his actions. He's still claiming people were lying on him. How can they be?
Uncle Mike strikes again. I said the same thing. You keep saying, oh, the judge at this point in time, the trial is over with, Diddy, and these dumb lawyers. The trial is done. You done said who lied, and you still on this like a kid still stomping. You've been doing wrong for so long. You don't know how to do right. You don't know how to follow directions. He don't know how to follow directions, y'all. And what make it so bad is you are still bullying the girl through all this. She shouldn't be allowed to testify, or she shouldn't be allowed to say nothing. Why not? The trial over with. 'Cause, Your Honor, Jesus Christ, y'all been doing wrong for so long, y'all don't know how to do right.
Lying and you did the crime. Which one is it? Shoot. It made him look bad. Even if you're a Diddy supporter, you should be thanking me for saying stuff like this, because it was prophetic. I am a prophet of Diddy trial. Okay, look at this. She ain't even talking today, in part because of that harassing and bullying ass letter that Diddy and his lawyers put up. Right. We actually think that violated the rules of this court, Your Honor. And look what the judge said. Whoa. I thought the tone was inappropriate. Whoa. And it should not happen again.
Whoa, wait a minute. Hold up. Stop the presses. Stop the damn presses. Man, get out of here. I'll go home. Go home. Wait a minute. Sometimes we need a music break every now and then, man. Wait a minute. Hold on. So you mean to tell me, wait a minute, let's start from here.
Show the judge that Diddy's not sorry. Diddy's still blaming other people for the consequences of his actions.
I said
He's still claiming people were lying on him.
I said
How can they be lying and you did the crime? Which one is it? It made him look bad. Even if you're a Diddy supporter, you should be thanking me for saying stuff like this, because it was prophetic. I am a prophet of Diddy trial. Okay, look at this. She ain't even talking today, in part because of that harassing and bullying ass letter that Diddy and his lawyers put up. We actually think that violated the rules of this court, Your Honor. And look what the judge said. I thought the tone was inappropriate, and it should not happen again. You're trying, like the judge could have woke up on the wrong side of the bed today. He could have quite literally gotten a fight with his wife this morning and give Diddy 2 more years. Like, this is the time where you just lay down flat on the floor with your face in the carpet and say, yes, Daddy, I will do whatever you tell me. That's it. The fact that Diddy still is bullying women and calling them liars. Look, she didn't even want to come. She had gotten special permission from the judge to come in there and give her statement. And Diddy's letter was so aggressive, so hateful, and full of vitriol that she isn't even empowered to speak. Her right. Her right. It ain't going to hurt me. You know who it's going to end up hurting? Sean P. Diddy Puff Daddy Combs. The judge said, I thought the tone of that letter was inappropriate, Mark. And it shouldn't happen again. They got admonished. Wow. That is not the way you want to start your freaking sentencing hearing. That your letter was inappropriate. Put a 1 in the chat if that's not the way you want to start your sentencing hearing. Put a 1 in the chat if you don't want to hear the judge say your letter was inappropriate and it shouldn't happen again right when you're about to get sentenced. Let me put a 1. Let me put a 1.
Can't sit down no more, man.
He's not sorry. He don't think he did anything wrong.
Yep. I ain't do nothing wrong. They lied on me. They all lied. They all ganging up on me. You sound like a kid in school. My nephews always said, the teacher don't like me. Why the teacher gonna pick you of all people? You are beautiful, my son or my daughter. You are beautiful. I like you. Hell, it's hard for me to like you. Or should I say it's easy for me to like you. I love you. Why would a teacher don't pick you out of all the kids and say, I don't like you? Because you in there doing something you ain't had no business doing. That's why.
Anyone beyond Mr. Combs going to talk? There's going to be a reverend. Which reverend? Is it going to be T.D. Jakes? Which reverend is going to talk? And Mr. Combs' kids are going to come up and stand together.
Oh, my God.
Yep. She was bullied.
They don't want to do that. They making them do that. That's what they doing. That's messed up, man. Ah, boy. Why
okay.
But check this out, though, man. Wait a minute. Check this out. In his letter, dude, every time I put the letter over here, I didn't put it over there. I put it over here because I was going to say something. Where is it at? I got to find it. I'm going to put it over here and find it while we let her run a little bit more. I'm over here. I'm doing all kinds of stuff, man. The day I'm making it up, this day is Make It Up As You Go Day, Uncle Mike.
Okay.
Here we go. Check this out.
Brian Steele said also, we want Giovanni from the program to talk. The judge is like, okay, so do you have any discussion on that? To the prosecutor. Prosecutor said the Rule 32 only applies to parties and victims. The court is within its right to exclude character witnesses. The judge has used this to limit defense witnesses. The judge said, well, I could allow them in if I want, right? Just like I let Mia come in and talk. She said, yeah, I mean, within your discretion. The judge said, okay. Mr. Steele, it's okay for the children and for Dr. Johnson. Reverend Doctor. The judge said, I'll think about the others. Again, y'all, I don't know, like, for sure this judge's religion, but I don't think, like, Reverend is really going to get you a lot of mileage.
I found it, y'all. That's right. Check this out real quick. Dang, when they come over here, it changes. How in the world? Oh, right here. All right. Let's start from here. The remorse, the sorry. This is Diddy's letter that he wrote to the judge, right? The remorse, the sorrow, the regret, the disappointment, the shame. I honestly feel sorry for something that I couldn't forgive someone else for. Right. If somebody else does wrong. See, this letter right here, if I was a judge, I honestly feel sorry for something that I couldn't forgive someone else for doing. If they put their hands on one of my daughters. If they put their hands on one of my daughters, like he put his hands on somebody, that's the problem right there. You was doing things that you know good and well. If you seen somebody in the street do, you had to say something. You and your bodyguard, you got bodyguards around you. Hold up, Playboy. Don't be treating that woman like that. And then the guy turn around and say, what did you say? And it's you. It's you, Diddy. You know you was doing wrong. Okay, let's keep going. All right, this is why it is so hard for me to forgive myself. Okay, yeah, whatever. Okay, whatever. That sentence could be gone. It's so hard for me to forgive myself. Well, if you forgive yourself, take your punishment and move on. I forgave myself for all the wrong things I have done in my life. I did some terrible things too. Shoot. You know, and at the time, now you think about it, you be like, man, I ain't need those tires off that dude's car. I ain't need that. I ain't need to do, anyway. All right. It is like a deep wound that leaves an ugly scar. It's a deep wound that leaves an ugly scar. That sentence didn't need to be there. Check this out. Your Honor, I thought I was providing for Jane concerning her and her child. I thought I was providing for Jane's concerning and her child. That I understand what you're trying to say. That sentence should have been written a little better. But after hearing her testimony, I realized I hurt her. Wait a minute. So when you was hurting her and all the violence that you was doing to her, evidently, you didn't realize that you was hurting people. Are you serious? You knew you was hurting people. You knew you was hurting people. For this, I am deeply sorry. How dare you? And now y'all don't want, is it May? I thought it was Mia, not Jane. Oh, that's the same person. I don't know. Whoever it is, you don't hurt people. You don't hurt Cassie. You don't hurt these people, bruh. The hell is wrong with this dude? The Diddy lovers. Where y'all at?
Okay, we got an update from New York Times.
Okay, here we go. Updates. They coming in slow, y'all.
The sentencing hearing has begun. Oh, sorry. Just now, the prosecution said Mia, former assistant to Diddy, will not speak as originally planned. In part, the prosecution said this is because of a letter the defense submitted to the judge seeking to block Mia from speaking, writing that, quote, virtually everything that came out of her mouth while on the stand during trial was a lie. That's what Diddy's lawyers said. The prosecutor said the letter can only be described as bullying. The judge agreed. He admonished the defense for the language in the letter, and he said the tone of the defense's letter was inappropriate. It was. It totally was. They shouldn't even wrote it. Judge explains how today's sentencing will unfold. He said he's received reams of paperwork on both sides of the case and he's ready to proceed. The material includes sentencing memos, exhibits, letters from family, friends, and inmates, and a defense video. I have read all the material and read the letters and greatly appreciate those, he told the court. Mia will not make a statement at today's sentencing. Now, this is NBCnews.com. A woman referred to only by a pseudonym throughout the trial was expected to offer a witness impact statement today during sentencing. However, moments after the court began this morning, it was announced that she's no longer going to speak. Damn. Instead, she submitted a victim impact statement that prosecutors are asking the court to consider in Diddy's sentencing. Man. The government referred to the woman as victim 4 in Diddy's indictment, but throughout the trial, she was referred to as Mia. Mia used to work for Diddy as a personal assistant, telling the court that she witnessed Diddy's frequent bouts of violence and had to clean up hotel rooms after Diddy's drug-fueled marathons. She also told the court that Diddy sexually assaulted her while she worked for him, and at the end of her testimony, she told jurors that she never wanted to discuss some of these moments in public. It's the most traumatizing, worst thing that's ever happened to me, she testified.
She should be speaking, man. She should speak, man. That's what the problem is right there, I think. I mean, I don't care how scared you are. You got to face your fears, man. I think she should speak. Look, I was almost not willing to speak. I'm in so much fear, but I would like to start off and say that I'm doing this as brave as I can be to hope that other people, other victims will be brave enough to speak. I understand. I know what's going through her mind. I mean, I don't know what's going through her mind. But fear. Some people is a lot more braver than other people. But right is right and wrong is wrong.
Okay. So we have some more tweets from Inner City Press. They're moving right along. The judge said now. As to the objections.
Okay.
As to the objections. The judge goes in and starts to address some of the legal arguments that each side has made about what should be considered, what can be considered, what the judge will be considering in making his sentencing decision. And I'll tell y'all, the judge probably already has a pretty strong idea of where he's leaning. He's going to probably take into consideration everything said today. He does seem like a fair judge who tries to go out of his way to be fair.
I'm going to tell you like this. I know one thing. He ain't on the fence. It ain't like what happens in all this, watching this video and all these papers that you sending to the judge. It ain't like, oh, well, time served. Or I read this paper. Oh, he going to get some years. Or I'm going to read that paper. Oh, he going to get time served. I'm going to read this paper. Oh, he going to get a whole lot of years. No, it ain't like that at all. Nowhere near that. All this is just a play. All this is part of the circus, man, to make sure everybody think that they getting their equal rights. I got a right to be heard. I got a right for this. You got a right to not put your hands on other people. That's what you got a right to do. Diddy and your whole team. Do y'all understand me? This man got proof out there that you've been beaten on, and they talking about it. Then you got more cases and cases. Get out of here, man. Man, get out of here.
So he's addressing those objections from the both sides. I think Diddy did most of the objections, saying like, the judge can't consider certain things. He shouldn't be able to consider this. He shouldn't be able to consider that. The judge is going to start getting to those now. He said the defense says acquitted conduct cannot be considered. But actually, there's no guidance from any court on this. We don't know what the jury was thinking. But it's about overlapping conduct. And it only impacts the advisory guidelines range. Acquitted conduct can be considered, he said. It was considered in the United States versus Vaughn in the Second Circuit and other cases. Like I told you, I've been telling y'all this for literally months. Deranged lunatics screeched at me, no, pointed their grown out acrylics at me for saying exactly what the judge just said.
When people are wrong,
like I said, the judge,
they mad that they wrong. When people are wrong, this when you call, I call these people, I'm sorry, y'all. They assholes. They're just assholes. When you're wrong and you keep trying to prove that you're right and you know you're wrong, they have proved that everybody else has said you're wrong. That's your learning stage, bruh. That's when it's time to learn. But nah, you want to this. Nah, man, you just that. Man, shut up. So if you argue with a fool, all you see is two fools arguing. You can't win every battle, especially with a fool. So keep your mouth shut and move on. If you got better things to do, you would do this and move on. I got kids. I got things I need to do. I got people depending on me. I can't sit here and keep arguing back and forth with you that's going to do nothing but do what? Escalate to something you don't want to hear.
Consider acquitted conduct. Run and scream about it some more, psychopath.
I told y'all that, man.
Shut real quick, open and shut real quick. I'm going to be considering all that. The judge is going to be considering, I know, I'm saying grown out acrylics because y'all see mine. They are grown out. The judge said I'm going to definitely be listening to everything I heard at this trial, and I'm allowed to do so. Moving on. Let's talk about the government's objections.
The government objection.
They argue for the criminal sexual abuse guideline. Okay, they haven't said anything else since. Let's go to nothing new there.
I'm trying to.
Diddy is expected at today's sentencing hearing. The Music Moguls team has filed a letter after letter after letter from former mentees, employees, family members, and other inmates at the detention center in Brooklyn. At least 4 of Diddy's lawyers are expected to speak. This is not business as usual for most defendants. Y'all were
Some millionaires wrote a letter. This one millionaire guy wrote a letter on Diddy's behalf. Oh my!
We're asking
gracious.
that earlier in the chat too.
Cassie, parents wrote a letter.
Like, is this normal? Is this how it normally goes? Who gets to put a video? Who gets to make a YouTube video documentary and put it out in the court?
You might as well let them do it, cause you know what? It's like a kid. You're watching a kid, right? Okay, Mom. I'm ready to apologize. I'm ready to show you what I did wrong, and I understand. And you like, okay, I want to see what they're gonna do. And they come with this kid drawing. I love you, Mom. They halfway did it. They ain't put no heart and soul into it. I ain't looking for no. I can't think of no painter that lost the ear or anything. I don't know no painter's name. I can't think of no picture name. But I ain't looking for no perfect drawing, but put some love into it. Diddy video is about him interacting with his family. Huh? What? I'll call you back, man. And they've been doing wrong for so long. You've been doing wrong for so long that you don't even know what right looks like. You don't even know, you are wrong and you think you're doing good and you right here. This is the right and wrong line right here. You way down here doing wrong that you, with even your letter and everything, you're nowhere near that right side. Once you get the hammer put down on your ass, once you get the hammer put down and you know you're going to do these years, my guy, you don't know you was going to do this 1 year. You was hoping. Now that you know you're going to do these years, then you're going to start the healing. You're going to think back and say, I had it. But now when I get out, I ain't messing up. They're going to see that you are a changed man when you come out 35 years ago and stuff. And I thank you, man. I thank you, boy, because it's going to be a clear message sent to the world. It's going to be a clear message that we ain't standing for this no more. We're not going to take it. No, we're not going to take it. We're not taking it anymore, bruh. It's time for the world to see justice being served the right way. It's time for the world to see justice being served, man. I don't know what else to say. You was found guilty, bruh. They took out the guns for you. What else you want? They done took out all these, they done redacted all this stuff. Your lawyers and everything did a great job. You got a lot of sugar came out. You still got all your money, your jets and everything. Your passport, you can keep that. Come on, bruh. Sit down somewhere. Sit down and take your punishment like a real man would. You know daggone well you beat that girl. And the other one, you said it in your daggone letter. I didn't realize I was hurting them. Now that you realize, accept it and do your punishment. Do your daggone, hey. Come on, man. Come on, bro. We done seen and had enough. Now the thing gonna go to Monday. I guarantee you he gonna come back with a hammer on Tuesday. Something gonna happen, man. I keep telling y'all this thing gonna be 2 years. They gonna appeal it. You know they gonna appeal it. Oh, man, that's right. Give me 11 years, man, and let's go home.
At least 4 of his lawyers are expected to speak. This is not business as usual for most defendants. Most notably, Diddy will take the stand and plead his case for a lenient sentence. He has asked for a sentence of 14 months, most of which he has served because he's been in jail since September. So he'll be in jail for 1 more month. Before Diddy entered the courtroom, attendees were warned not to be disruptive and to put away their phones. Excuse me, they're allowed to have phones?
Who said that?
Because I had to check mine in with a desk down at the bottom, and I had to carry a token around with me, and I couldn't have a phone all day.
She's saying that. Yeah.
You guys have phones. I think there needs to be a favoritism investigation of the SDNY courthouses.
God dang. Oh, my God. If I'd have known we can get phones. If I'd have known we can get phones, I would have paid somebody to be up that joint tweeting to me. Okay, Uncle Mike, this is what's happening. Okay, Uncle Mike, this is what's happening. I was wondering how this guy that's doing the tweeting, I was wondering how he's reporting back and everything. She just going over some stuff we already know.
Seating. Special reserved seating in the media section. Bloggers with 1,000, 2,000 subscribers get special reserved seating on the media side of the courtroom, and we have to fight like it's the Hunger Games to get in there. Literally, our physical safety has to be put at risk, and the U.S. Marshals allow them to screech racist epithets and do nothing to them. It's very, very unsettling. Very. And I think illegal. I think illegal.
All right,
personally.
Hold on. We're going to definitely come back to her, man. Oh, man. I wish I can. Let's do this. Let's go to Ticket. I see Ticket is live. Ooh. Ticket TV, baby. Let's see what he's doing on this live.
Let me read that again. Diddy's lawyers said they want to. They already talking about appeal.
Yeah, we already know that, bro.
The judge said it.
Hold up. We already know that. It's going to be an appeal. Because they know they're going to lose.
Stand on
they know. They know they're going to lose, my guy. How does that feel when you know you're going to war and you're going to lose? How does that feel? Knowing you're gonna lose. They know he gonna do some time, my guy. The only thing they doing is holding on hope. They faking the funk, man, all this time. The Diddy lovers. You paying somebody to wear free Diddy shirts. That's all you know. All you know how to do is do things crooked. It took me all this time. I wished I was in the music industry, man. The last 2 years, I'm just realizing that. You mean to tell me it's some bull?
Bullshit. I
didn't know. I thought it was real. Let's go.
Business today, man. Right now, he ain't playing. This is not a situation where this nigga walking out of court. His lawyers know that right now.
They know
he got a 5-level enhancement, and we ain't even halfway. We ain't even 1 hour in this.
Oh, my God.
And he got a 5-level enhancement.
Oh, my God. My goodness.
Diddy sitting down, reading from a large book on his lap, looking at Brian Steele and Nicole Westmoreland. Whispering to Brian Steele. And then the judge, as he did that, said, hey, look, Diddy's ex-girls and the sex workers are all victims. That's a 5-level enhancement, y'all. Diddy's lawyer says, I wanted to preserve this for appeal. Should there be an appeal of your sentence? I told y'all this, they're going to appeal and they're going to lose. Shout out to Robert Money Made with a $50 donation. Salute to you.
That judge, I'm trying to tell y'all, man, that judge is he done did everything he could. So when they appeal it, the other judges or court systems or whatever is going to look at this thing and say, well, what is this Friday court thing? He didn't have to do this, and he gave it to you. People have said that he was racist. That's what I was going to say. I had forgot. I was going to say that, mention that in the other video, y'all. For everybody who want to play the race card, and I'm telling my people, and I'm telling all the people that's watching that this is what you say to them race people. That judge stood on business plenty of time when it came down to upholding race and giving other people equal opportunities. That judge, you don't want to go check his track record. I can't give it to you. I'm just summing it up for you. By far, if you thought he was racist, you might well think I'm racist. Y'all know Uncle Mike. I tell everybody I'm colorblind. This man is doing way more work than I'm doing to show and prove that he ain't racist. He is on different committees. He is building things for Asian people, Indian people, colored people. He is fighting on the board for people. He got so much that he has done to help people. Oh my God, boy. Y'all need to look into this stuff, man. Research your own stuff, man. Here we go. Good gracious. Where we at? Oh, that's her. That's her. I thought that was my mouse. That's her mouse right there, y'all. Here we go. This we're gonna be here all day, baby. All day long in the paint.
The judge is talking about the criminal sexual abuse guidelines. So the government is saying, Your Honor, his behavior counts as criminal sexual abuse, and because of that, he should get extra years. It adds more years on.
That's what we get.
The judge said, well, there's not a lot of precedent on what type of threat is actually required under that statute. But bodily harm does make the most sense. Concrete harms to force them to engage in certain acts. Does this conduct establish the convicted conduct? There was the flight from Cannes. Did that meet the requirement of bodily harm? Like a threat of bodily harm, right? So that's what the statute is kind of saying. Like there has to be a quote threat of bodily harm. And he's like, is a flight like where's the threat to bodily harm? He said there was evidence of that in the case with respect to the hotel nights and the freak-offs, but in light of the constitutional questions raised, the court declines to apply the cross references. But he said, but 3553A, what is 3553A? Let me look it up just so we know. Crystal said, I hope he gets 2 extra years just because he just proved he does intimidate witnesses. How do we know that wasn't a setup? You know what I mean? Like, how do we know the government didn't know exactly what he would do? And they just wanted to get it on record. And now he's going to be facing a RICO for witness intimidation for the next 5 years. I mean, I don't.
Wow. That's what I'm talking about. I think that, you know what? I also think that Trump firing the head lady, because she was a little old. You need somebody, for lack of a better word, you need fresh meat in there. You need somebody hungry. Now that she's fired, somebody else got to step up, and you got to prove yourself. I root for the underdog, baby. I root for the underdog. It's like, oh, shucks. I remember them days. I remember my very first day playing in a band, and this band was a successful band. Most of the little bands I play with, I'm the man anyway, and everybody else barely do. But now everybody is on, like going to the pros, baby. This is the championship. You never stepped. You played in high school, you played in college, but you never stepped on that major field. Now this man is the head honcho. What you gonna do? You gonna sit on the pot all day? You gonna take a dump? You gonna do something? You gotta do something, bruh. You can't sleep. It's your turn to burn. I got to come way better than what she was doing. There's a lot of things she did I like, but there's a lot of things I didn't agree with, and I got to come correct. The underdog is in the building now. Yeah. Yeah, the underdog is in the building, bruh. Let's go, underdog. I roots for the underdog. He don't want to lose on your first time up the bat. He don't want to lose. Here we go.
I don't know.
Here we go.
Diddy being sentenced on October 3rd, Mean Girls Day.
Okay.
Let me look up what is
what
3A.
3A. Go ahead. Talk to us. I like them brains. I like to see them brains smoking, baby. I love to see the brains working.
Sufficient but not greater than necessary. Okay.
But not greater than necessary.
We have an update from New York Times.
Oh, man. 5 more minutes, baby.
The judge immediately addressed a key fight of the sentencing: whether he should factor in the broader scope of evidence of Diddy's conduct, including the many accounts of his violence presented at trial. Okay, so can the judge consider the violence? Yes. Yes. I've been telling y'all this for months. If you would have listened to me and said,
the violence that's presented at the trial. Because Mark and the team said that he's a violent person. They agreed. Again, they've been fighting so dirty for so long, they don't know how to fight. He agreed that Diddy was a violent person.
Instead of screaming at me like a lunatic, then you would have just already been prepared for it. I've been telling you. A rule from the Federal Sentencing Commission that went into effect last year limits judges from considering what is called acquitted conduct when calculating sentencing guidelines. But the judge said that the law allows him to still consider such conduct in fashioning the sentence. So you can't consider acquitted conduct when calculating sentencing guidelines. But when you're actually picking the amount of months that his ass is going to sit over there at the MDC, you absolutely can consider it. This is a loss for Diddy, whose lawyers tried very hard to get the judge to focus narrowly on the S-work related convictions in determining the sentence. Nope. Denied, buddy.
Do your thing, baby.
The judge said, since I can consider the threats to bodily harm and all that under 355 3A, it doesn't impact the sentence. The sentence I was going to give is the sentence I'm going to give, no matter if I can legally consider this for the purposes of this or the purposes of all of that little in the weeds and the nitpicky. He's saying it don't really matter because it's not going to affect what amount of years I'm about to give him in jail or months. Next, Diddy's marking of pads as legal, that was troubling.
Woohoo.
But the intention wasn't quite as clear. The government could have pushed to clarify what his intent was, but they didn't. They abandoned it. They let it go. So I'm not going to imply the sentencing enhancement for him putting legal on the notepad.
Oh, my God. In other words, you know that was some shady mess you did. That was some
bullshit
that you did. You remember back in the day, y'all, when they so-called raided Diddy's jail cell and they took some pads, even if they had legal written on it, which they didn't at the time, right? They didn't have legal written on the pads. I forgot about that, man. I forgot about that. So when they turned them in and when they brought that to the court's hearing, they had legal, like this is for me and my lawyers only. They had legal written on them. So the people that raided the daggone cell shouldn't have touched them. The judge said, wait a minute. In these pictures, I don't see the word legal written on it. When they raid the thing, take all the stuff out and take pictures of it, right? They don't have legal written on it. Now they got legal written on it. So Diddy, the judge asked the lawyer, explain to me why I don't see legal written on these pads here. And now, did y'all just write it? He was stuck. He knew damn well he wasn't going to sit there and lie. He know daggone well he wasn't going to lie back then, man. Y'all don't remember that? I'm trying to tell y'all. God dang. Wait a minute. Well, let's see.
Didn't. They abandoned it. They let it go. So I'm not going.
Here we go. Wait a minute.
Diddy's marking of pads as legal, that was troubling.
That was troubling.
But the intention wasn't quite as clear.
Wasn't clear because you was lying.
The government could have pushed to clarify what his intent was, but they didn't. They abandoned it. They let it go. So I'm not going to imply the sentencing enhancement for him putting legal on the notepad.
I'm going to give you a break on that.
The government objects to the probation department. This is huge. Okay, breaking news 45 seconds ago. This is huge.
The government
and it weighs against Diddy because whoa, wow. Okay, wait, hold on. Diddy might actually get more than the probation office wanted him to get. Don't get your hopes up or down or anything yet. But the probation office, remember? Okay, so Diddy wants to basically walk free in a month. The prosecution, the feds want him to stay in jail for over 10 more years, 11.25, right? But the probation department kind of split the baby. The probation department said he should be in there from like 5.5 to 8.5 or so years.
Yeah.
And the probation department gave this whole sentencing report that they did. And they said all the reasons they considered. And they did not consider. They did not consider in their sentencing Jane or Cassie to be vulnerable victims. The judge overruled the probation department on that. He said, I overrule. Oh, excuse me. Nope. All right. I got it wrong. I read it wrong. Amendment. The government objected and the judge overruled it. So the judge, all right. So he probably will. My original prediction, he probably will go with the probation department.
The government objected.
He probably will. Because it's easier to just say, well, the probation department said it. He said, I'm not going to side with the government. The government really wanted Cassie and Jane to be considered, quote, vulnerable victims by statute. But the judge said, no, the probation department was right. Okay, so I read it wrong at first, got a little overexcited. Okay, so that wasn't true. Diddy, it's not a loss for Diddy. Actually, the judge is siding with the probation department, Cassie and Jane to be so-called vulnerable victims. The prosecutors, the feds, didn't like it. They didn't like that the probation department didn't consider Cassie and Jane to be so-called vulnerable victims under the statute. And again, we can have the opinion and the belief that they are vulnerable victims. That can all be true. But like under the law, like a vulnerable victim is like a specific thing. Like it's a certain designation. And the government thinks that Cassie and Jane were vulnerable, capital V, vulnerable victims. The probation department said no. And the judge agrees with the probation department. He said what made Diddy's coercion effective was their condition. Anyway, the judge is like, whether I would consider it or not, again, it doesn't change what I'm going to sentence him to. The judge had it in his mind what he was sentencing Diddy to, regardless, it seems like. And he's like, I'm not going to, I'm not going to overrule what the probation department considered. But that lets me know that Diddy's probably not going to be getting more than what the probation department considered. He's only going to probably facing up to about 8 years at max. That's, as we go through, I'll just make these predictions. We'll find out together how much he gets sentenced to, but, everybody's making predictions, so I figure I might as well.
I think that now that all these predictions is coming out with the probation the probation office, and what the feds want to give him 11 years, and then the probation said from 5 to 8 years. I think the judge is going to sit in between the 8 and 11. That's what I'm thinking. I think this judge is going to sit in the middle of the 8 and 11, closer to the 8, and probably do 9 or 10 years. That's what I think, man. I don't know, man. I think y'all are way off, y'all Diddy lovers that want to see Diddy walk free, and I feel sorry for the kids, man. I really feel sorry for his kids because when he do these years, I came real low, baby, to try to help y'all out. When he do these lit years, I'm hoping that that's gonna send a message to everybody, man. You can't just be walking around acting like you all that. Look here, man. I'm gonna get on up out of here, man. Hey, we are live. We're gonna be live all day. I don't know what I'm gonna be doing. Y'all take it light, take it slow. Get ready for the next video. Peace out.